Our school subscribes to a service called Turnitin.com. This is used to determine if a writing has been plagiarized. Today we're going to look at how you would submit a paper to Turnitin.com. The first thing that you would need to do is go to your school email and log into that school email. You have already been enrolled in Turnitin.com in a class, and so that being said, you were given an email from Turnitin.com. If for some reason that you deleted that email before submitting this, you could go up to your search box and type in Turnitin, or you could also go over to More and look at your trash, because perhaps you trashed the items and it's not located in your inbox anymore. So once you find the email, you want to open it up. And it says in here that you're going to start by going into Turnitin.com. It lists your email address and has a password. So what I'm going to recommend that you do is you go to this password, because they're hard to remember. You select it and you copy it. Command-C is a great way, shortcut for copying that. Then you can go ahead and open up the link to Turnitin.com. Once it is in, then you're going to sign in up in the upper right hand corner. So you're going to type in your email address, your school email address. Once you have your email in, you can paste the password, which a Command V as in victory will paste that in for you, and then you're going to click in the sign in button. Now at this point, it has your email already entered, and you're going to enter in your new password. Now that can be whatever you want it to be. Obviously it's not going to be that strange conglomeration of letters and numbers. You can pick whatever this password is going to be, but you have to remember to make it something that you can remember, since we will not have access to that. Now your secret question is just a way to help you remember it. So you can put that information in. And I'm going to reveal some of that to you, and it has your name already entered. I'm going to hit the next button, and it says your password must include at least one letter and one number. So I have to try again because mine did not include that. Then for the user agreement, you need to do I agree. And then you're going to see your teacher's class that's listed there. So you can click on that. And then from there, you're going to hit submit to enter your paper. The next step is actually uploading your paper, so I would leave it at single file upload. It has your name, and then you need to give a submission title. So that would be perhaps the name of your paper. And so I'm just going to do an example name here. Now you have some choices as to how you can upload, and they added some new features that you can now upload from Dropbox or Google Drive from those accounts. I have a document saved on this computer, so I'm going to use that. Pick a document to open, and then you're going to hit the upload button. Then it's going to work. So now it says step 1 of 3 has been completed successfully, and so it's giving me a little preview of my paper here to make sure that it's the right thing, because sometimes maybe you have something that with similar names, so it's just kind of giving you an update on that. And then it's going into the next submit phase. So now it says that it has been successfully submitted. So I can choose from here to go to my portfolio. Once I'm in my portfolio, I can see the assignment that I submitted, and it says right now that it is processing. Now, sometimes these process very quickly and other times they take longer. I have no idea what causes the delay in it. There's no real rhyme or reason. At this point, you really don't want to resubmit right away because then there is a delay if in a resubmit because they're adding your paper to its database, and then they have to make sure that it's not checking the same paper against each other. So at this point, I'll just wait for it to continue processing. Once the computer is done processing, it will give you a percentage. That percentage is telling you how much of your work is not original. Now, what's an acceptable percentage? Your teacher will need to indicate that to you. Now, if you are supposed to be doing a research paper, obviously you might have some quotes in there, so it would not be 0%. Most times we're not looking for 0%. However, if the percent is too high, then that means that you are either quoting too much or you're not presenting original work. To see this in more detail, you can go to the View button, and this is going to show you your document with some highlighting in it. Once the document has loaded, you're going to go up to the upper left-hand corner and click the Originality button until it turns red, and then it's going to show you over on the side what the items are. You can click the little arrow to see more exactly, and then you can also see on your screen here, it will highlight which of the ones that it sees as unoriginal. Now, my example that I chose is not a great example. One, this is very short, it's only 1 page long, and it sees the first part of all of these URLs as being unoriginal, which they're not because they're right off of YouTube, so that makes sense. And this small amount of copied material in here comes out to 14% because I have very little writing on this particular page. Now, what you can do is look at other sources that they have listed where they say this may have come from. Now, this doesn't mean that yours came from this, it just means that this same information can be found on these particular sites, which is very natural because a lot of people use YouTube in their paper and use that information. Now, depending upon what you're writing about, again, this percentage will be up to your teacher. If you're writing something that maybe is heavy in terminology, you might have more or a higher percent than someone who is writing more opinions that should be in their own words. Your teacher will give you further instructions as far as what would need to be done if the percentage is too high. At this point, you can close the document viewer window and it takes you back to your home page screen so you can see your assignment. Now you can log back into this at any time. Now, if necessary, if a teacher asks you to resubmit something, you could do that too and see if you could improve your percentage at that point. Most teachers, that's not an option that they would choose for that. Hopefully you can now successfully upload your assignments to Turnitin.com.